Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make a scratch intro. You can also use it for YouTube if you copy the output. So I'm going to show you now what it looks like. It's like that, and it's very easy to make. I think you can do it in half an hour or less. So let's get started. I'm going to delete my sprites. What is that? Okay, now we have it. First we're going to make the background, so I'm going to use no outline, and the background is going to be black-like, but a bit like 30, because I realized that when you want to make a dark background, it's better to make not completely black, but more like dark gray. I don't know why, but it just looks more professional. Okay, now I put this to 0, 0, and we'll call that background. Okay, I think it's okay like that. Now we're going to have one called text, and obviously this is going to be the text, but we're going to make the text later. Now we'll have the particles that will spread away when there's the right time with the music. We'll call it particle 1. And you can choose whatever color you like, because we're going to put random colors, so this is just to make the shape of the particle. And I'm going to use red. For the inside, we're going to make a dark red dot, or with high saturation. And for the outline, we're going to make one with a bit lower saturation, maybe like 60. Oh no, what am I doing? Um, so a bigger dot with this thing here and nothing. So it's going to make something between white or nothing and red, and it's the same red as here, so we can put it here outside. I'm going to make this a bit smaller, and I've already tried to make it not a big contrast between the outside thing and the inside, so I've used like 5 dots, but it looks better when there's a big contrast from the inside and the outside. Now I'll make the particle 2, and this is going to be a square. We'll use the same colors as before, and I'm trying to make this perfectly like that. Perfect like that. And we're going to use also a round thing for the outline. So we're going to make exactly the same like that. I think it's better when there's a something round around it, even if it's a square. I'm going to make this a bit smaller. Okay, that's right. And this one smaller too. Okay. And now we'll make the triangle. And for that, we're going just to put this away. Switch to that mode here. Click on one of the edges and click delete. Then switch back to this one. Turn it around. And now this is a bit hard. We need to shrink it down on both sides at the same time. Okay. I think I'm going to choose this one again to make it a bit better. And now back to the center. and again with a circle around it. Okay, now we have our particles made. Now we need to make the text. For the text, you need to go to a website. It's completely free and you don't need to sign up. It's called Cool Text Graphics Generator. And there you can use any of those graphics already that are already pre-designed. And you can see here there are 120, oops, 8. And I don't know, I'm just going to take this one because this is the one I've used to show you. And I'll call this now Adra. Oh. And we'll go to logo and you can here switch with the colors as you see, but try to have like colors that look similar to each other because this is going to be a random color too. And if there's a too big difference between those two colors, it would be even worse if there's the random color. So I think I can make it maybe a bit darker, but that's it. And you can choose horizontal gradient or the vertical gradient, and you can also experiment with shadows and stuff like that. When you're finished, you click on create logo, and I don't care about the warning, and then you go to download, and as you see here it has downloaded. So yeah, after you've done your logo and clicked on download, I've downloaded it here. Go back to Scratch and delete that. Upload a costume and click on open here. Okay, now we have the costume in here. I'll call it again text. Now we can start the coding. So when flag is clicked, switch to costume background here and create clone of myself. Then switch to costume text and create again a clone of myself. So this is actually switching to one costume. It creates the clone, so the clone has the costume too. Then it switches to another costume and creates again a clone. So the clone will be the text. We have one background clone and one text clone, and we'll call this intro. And then forever switch costume to particle 1, create clone of myself, switch costume to particle 2, create clone of myself, and switch costume to particle 3 and create clone of myself. I don't know why this is like that. Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay, we need to put that back. Okay, looks good. Now we're going to program each clone what they have to do if they're like the text or the intro. So when I start as a clone, if now in the operators take the equal and put in 1 costume number, and I'm just going to check which one is the first. Okay, background. Then, well, we're going to take hide, and then when I start as a clone, show, and then go to 0, 0 for the background. Now we're going to put in a forever, and this is actually going to be in forever. Then point in direction 90 degrees, like that, like it's now, and set size to 100%. Here. Now we're going to take a cool sound. I've already taken it or downloaded. Intro sound for free. Now I'm not sure, I think it was this one, but I'm not sure. No. Ah, yes, it was this one. So it's called Mix Kit. And let's see. No. I have to search a bit. You can fast forward until you see that I found it. Actually, I think it was the bell. This one. But we're going to change it a bit. So I've downloaded it here. Go back to Scratch. Go in Sounds. Upload Sound. This one. We'll call this Sound. Delete the pop. Okay. Yeah, so you have to make it robot. I think that sounds better. So yeah. Now we'll program the text. So when I start as a clone, if costume number equals 2, then repeat 60 times. I already thought about that, so with the weight and numbers and everything, so trust me. I think this is the best, but you can experiment a bit too, if you prefer. Change size by 1, then wait 4.5 seconds. Oops. And then broadcast finished. So we're going to broadcast a new message called intro done. Okay. Now we're going to put in here for the text, go to 002, then go to front layer so that it's not behind the background. But as it makes a clone after the background, I think it should be on top, but we want the particles to be behind it too, so that it looks like when the sound comes, when there's this one here, they all spread suddenly, so we build it like that, and then it starts spreading. And that is approximately the time it needs to, as I'm going to show you now. So we're going to put in here if costume number equals 3, then well, go to 0, because it should be behind the text. And then set size to, and we're going to pick random between 25 and 150. And then set color effect to pick random from negative 180 to 60. Then point in direction, pick random from negative 90 to 90, and then move 10 steps, I think. Oh no, instead of having move 10 steps, we'll take glide. Wait. Yes, glide in 2 seconds to random position. So this will make that they are not all the same speed, and I think that's better. Glide in 2 seconds to any random position, and then repeat 10 times. Change ghost effect by 10. So instead of, and then we'll put delete this clone. So instead of deleting the clone, we'll make a bit like a disappear effect, and we don't want this all to slow down, so we're deleting the clone after all. but only after it's invisible, so you don't see any difference. Now I'm going to change that a bit. I've looked already at the intro, and I tried a bit out. So now we have, oops, what have I done now? 125, 35 to 125, and we'll duplicate that, put it in here. If it's 4, so if it's the square, then we have the same code, only that the color will be from, wait, here, negative 180 to negative 60, and here from negative 60 to negative 60, and that's it. And for the triangle, we'll have the color 60 to 180. So this one's going to be from, so each clone will have a 180 normally from color or range of color, except for this one. Yeah, no, everyone will have 120. So this is 120, 120, and here 120 difference. So the ones here will have another color than the ones here and here. Because I've realized that actually if you see here, it only goes from 0 to 100. But I tried it out and there were no blue ones, and I realized that it was also in the negative numbers, and so I didn't take in my range the blue ones. So now I put it from negative 180 to 180, and normally all colors are in there. I'll change a few things. Instead of having this in the same code as this one, we'll have when flag is clicked here, but it should wait 1.7 seconds, and then you should reset the timer, because I said we are not going to use any variables. I know my pronunciation is not that good. Here, reset timer, and forever repeat until um, the timer is bigger than 2. Oh, here, timer bigger than 2. So it will only produce those particles for 2 seconds, but as they glide in 2 seconds, they will have a life of 4 seconds. And as we have here, wait 1.7 seconds, it will make in total 5.7 seconds. And after approximately 1 second before it broadcasts intro done, because when it receives intro done, it needs a bit time to make everything disappear, because we want a smooth transition. So it's not going to just all hide, it's going to disappear a bit like the clones here. So let's start it. Okay. Well, I think we have to change a bit. First of all, repeat 10 times. So where is the text? It's the second one. So change size by 1. Then set size again to 100%. And the text actually is the text that it has to be in a front layer. So go to front layer for this one. Let's try it. Okay, it's better than before. Now we need the sound. So I want also a smooth sound that doesn't start, but it's starting slowly and stops slowly. To make that, we'll have when flag is clicked, set sound, set volume to, well, let me calculate first. We have repeat a certain amount of time, change sound by a certain amount of sound. So we'll start off with 10 and then repeat 9 times, change volume by 10. So then it's going to be 100%. and then I'll first start play sound until done. Let's see. Something's wrong. Okay, it needs too much time to shrink again. So maybe 55 times. Now it's too fast. 58. Oops. Well, the particle. Wait. Particles start too quickly. So let's try 1.8. Okay, 1.9. Or 1.85. Okay, it was good like that. Okay, I think everything's synchronized now. Now we need to tell him what to do when there's the intro done. So when I receive intro done, also it broadcasts a new message called start, and when you are programming your game or something, then make sure to not have like, and when flag is clicked, when arrow keys are pressed or something like that, make sure to have like when I receive start, because then you would already play when there's the intro, and that wouldn't be very great. Okay, now when I receive intro done, stop all the other scripts of this sprite. Stop, oops, all the scripts in the sprite. And then repeat. Yeah, repeat. I don't know how often. Let's see. Change volume. Um, change ghost effect, and then set ghost effect to 100. That's going to be at the end, and then set the volume to 0%, and then, well, this is actually perfect, and then broadcast start. So yeah, that's the smooth transition. Make sure to, when you are making the text, to not have like in two words, because with the space in here, that's the problem. You see that this particles spawn right in here. Look, you see them spawn, and this doesn't look very great. Just a few last tips. So instead of having a space, you could have like I don't know how this is called. It's this thing here instead of the space. And also I realized that there's a better sound than the bell sound. There's this one called short light energy flowing. And this is also the one I've showed you at the very beginning of the video. So use this one instead of the other one, and maybe you'll have to change the loops a bit. Instead of having like repeat 60 times to 58, or I don't know, instead of waiting 1.7 seconds, 1.85, but I think that would be very easy to do. And also, if you want really this name to be any random color, so do like we've done it for the particles, do into the forever loop, set color to random between -180 and 180. So this will then have a random color. But I couldn't show it to you now because I've already finished the video, and I just realized this later when I was cutting the video together, because I did lots of mistakes, and I cut everything together, and then I realized the things I've forgotten you to tell. So yeah, I know every YouTuber says this, but please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this, and bye.